Okay, everybody. Hey, it's Sherry. Welcome to the Rustic South. Today we're going to be making some wooden carrots, adding some texture to the top, and we're going to be grunging up a box to put those carrots in for sale. All right, so here are the carrots I'm going to use. Now I had these around my house, and there's the box we're going to be making with the carrots in them. So I had these around my house. I've used these before previously. I used to have like a French country kind of thing going on, but I'm going to use these for the carrots. I thought these are perfect shape. Why not? I wish I had more of them to make more of them. I didn't have any more, but we have 3. So it gives you a general idea of what we're going to do. Now I don't have sizes for these. They're different sizes. Any of them, none of them. It's so hard to talk today. None of them are the same size. So, and that's fine. Carrots are all different, right? So I'm just sanding them down a little. They originally were stained a dark gray, and I had stamped some words on them. And I didn't even mind that the words were still on there. I didn't care. You could leave these rustic, just sand them a little bit, and add some greenery to the top and be done with it, which is what I was planning to do in the beginning, but I then decided, no, I need to add a little color. Then I decided I need to add a little texture. So here we go. So I'm going to drill 3 holes in the top of each of them, and I have some greenery here I had gotten previously at Hobby Lobby for a project my daughter was doing. So I remember the tag said, I think $8.99. So if you go when they're on sale, not so bad. So what I did was I just cut down some of the stems, and I thought the cute little purple flowers on the end lend itself to Easter time. So that's why I opted to use those instead of like ferns or some other kind of greenery. And I had it on hand, so that's what I'm using. But you guys go and find yourself some greenery if you have some extra laying around. I used to don't buy too much greenery. Okay, so there's one that's had greenery added to it. And so now I'm just showing you, I'm just drilling the holes in the top. I'm kind of making them a little deep so that it goes in and wants to stay. I would say these carrot shapes are probably around 10 to 12 inches long. Again, they're all different sizes, so. And these would be great made out of cardboard, and I know everybody under the moon is making carrots on social media. So, there are so many different varieties out there that you could do. So if you don't have anything like this, you could do cardboard, you could do paper bags. Dollar Tree has those rather large carrots this year. That would be cute in this as well. They have fabric. So this is just another version. And you could just leave them like this, but I decided to take, I think it's called red oxide, that I have used before on the channel, and kind of make them orangey red color, because I like that rustic color instead of so bright orange. So that's what I do with the carrots once we get the greenery on the top. And then I thought if you wanted to, I was going to, but I didn't get around to it, was put some moss, glue some moss around the top underneath the greenery. And that would, I think that would be cute on there. You know, a smarter way of doing this instead of putting glue in the holes is just put a little glue on the end of the greenery and then stick it in the hole. Anyway, there's always another way, right? Okay, so there's the paint that I use. And I know you can't find it at Dollar Tree anymore, but you know, you might have a rust colored red. If you want to do the color, you pick your color. And I water it down quite a bit because I don't want it too dark. I just kind of want it, I guess, see-through-y, if you will. Right? I'm not trying to paint them. I'm just, I guess, stain it a little. And let me take this opportunity to thank everybody who has been watching my videos, commenting on my videos, sharing my videos, subscribing. I truly, truly appreciate it so much. I'm having so much fun making videos for you guys. It's very, very appreciated. So after I did this, I was like, I don't know, they're a little darker than I wanted them to be. Still a little too reddish, you know. But I mean, carrots come in all colors, and you know, who says that everything has to be a certain way? I mean, you know, you're talking creative, you know, I guess creative license here. So, you know, and I actually like the wording coming through it. I think it adds an interesting touch to the carrots. But then after I put the texture on them, you can't see it. So that was one thing I was kind of toying with, was do I really want to cover up the wording? Because I kind of like the wording on it. I just think it adds a little extra something. But I did anyway. To two of them. I think the third one I left plain. So, okay, so once you get done, you know, doing that, let them dry, or get out your hair dryer. Let them dry. And then next we're going to use some, you know, spackle to make some texture on them. And here we go. So I start out kind of, you know, slow, and then I'm like, hey, I really like this, right? So, you know, then I start adding a little more to it, you know. So if you don't like this part, you know, you can skip over this part if you have no interest in adding any kind of texture to it. And you know what you could do is you could squeeze this out into, you know, a container and then color it and then spackle it on. You could do it that way, and that would be a really good idea because the color is already mixed in and it will take better. I mean, it did take color, you know, it did take color, but here and there you can still see a little white through the color, you know, but It was okay. I'm all right with it. They're stuck down in the box, so you really can't see the texture that much. But if you're going to lay them out or put them in a dough bowl or something like that, then you can see the texture. So what I do is I actually go and paint this on the white, and then I decided it wasn't enough. I needed them a little darker. So I blow dry it, and I decided to get out the burnt umber because I needed it to be a little darker. It's still too, I don't know, not enough yet. This is never enough. So this is where I get out the burnt umber and paint it on. And this is where I'm like, okay, this is what I'm looking for, right? This is the color dimension I'm trying to achieve. So, and I only did the texturing on one side of the carrot. I didn't do the other side. And I think the hair dryer, I don't know. I don't know if the hair dryer helps. Say there's the one I didn't put anything on it. Um, but I think the hair dryer may be helping it turn a little darker. I don't know. It may be just an illusion. But I love the way they turned out. I think I even make them a little bit darker. I think I paint them again. I cannot remember. Just trying to give you a close-up there. I hope I'm not making anybody sick. I'm sorry if I am. I do get motion sickness myself. Okay, so here's the box that I got at Dollar Tree. It's cute. Again, it's colors I don't normally use, but yeah, so we toned it down. So I took it outside, and I used my electric sander on it, and I sanded all around the edges, in the middle, tried to knock down some of that color, and so now we're going to grunge it up. Personally, I added a little too much water to the burnt umber paint that I put in that lid. It's just not enough. So eventually I add more paint to the lid and make it darker. But you know, you have to go in phases, right? If you start out too dark and you don't like it, then you know, you're kind of a little too late then, right? So you know, and if you have Waverly's antiquing wax, this is perfect, you know, for that because we sanded it, so now the slick surface is now gone, so it will soak up that wax easier. So yeah, so this time I add some more paint to it and make it darker. Again, the light that I use an LED light, and it's super bright. Although I didn't make this super dark grungy either, as I've done in the past, but it's darker than it looks on screen. I always have to kind of add that in because I do like it grungy. But you'll see a close-up of it shortly. Of course, we do have to get out our Distress Oxide colors and put it on here eventually as well. And I do go in and do the inside around the top just in case it's seen. But what I did do, I didn't do it with this, but I did it with the Distress Oxide because it took better, because I didn't sand the inside of it. So it took better along the inside edge with the Distress Oxide stamp pads. I like the striping on the side of the box. It's cute. It kind of goes back to that French country kind of. Although the gnomes don't, but and all the bright colors. But we're toning it down. So let me take this opportunity again that if you haven't already subscribed, if you like what you see, please consider subscribing to the channel and sharing videos with your friends on YouTube. Also, if you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up or make a comment. That'd be great. I'd love to hear what you guys think or what you guys are doing. That would be awesome if you guys would share what you guys are doing. Love to see some pictures of what you guys make. You know, I was just thinking over the past week, I don't know if I could do a live video. I'd like to try that someday eventually, but right now sometimes it takes me forever to make a decision on what I'm going to do with stuff. You know, you want to be creative, but you want it to look nice. But it's like, you know, what's funny is it's the embellishment part of it, right? It's like, you know, how far do I go with it? So here I'm going to make a little sign to put on the box that we're going to stamp the word carrot 25 cents on it. So I had this little piece of wood that I already had laying around that I had painted. I think it's the Waverly Moss Green color some time ago. So I'm going to use that today. And it's about, I would say, 4 inches long, a little piece of wood. And then I take this fabric, which I have used in a couple other videos, and I'm going to put it behind it just because I like the layering look of it. So I'm using my sandpaper to distress the sides of the fabric. This is some fabric that I had gotten in Joann's in one of those little, I think they're called quarter squares or something like that. I don't know the name, forgive me, but I like the pattern on it. It's cute. So I'm going to be putting that in the background and putting the little sign on top of it on the box. After we grunge it up, of course. You can't leave it like that because that just, it's too clean. Or if you don't like grungy, then don't do it, right? Absolutely. You know, go for it. Go for your style, of course. I think grungy is making a real comeback. But yeah, so grunge it if you like it. Don't if you don't. And stamp carrots on the little tag. I think everybody likes a little grunge. It's how far do you take it, right? And then I decided to take one of these little sanding sticks that I have. If you've seen my video, you've probably seen me have it before. So there's the little tag we're going to put on it. So here comes the sanding stick, and I'm going to, yes, sand a hole into it because I like that kind of look too. A little more shabby, dirty, old feel, right? You gotta grunge that up a little. So yeah. Now after I put the fabric behind it, I'm not so sure that I absolutely love the fabric behind it, but I left it anyway. It grew on me. I think because the fabric is so thin and the tag I use is so thick, and on the box it, I don't know. I'm not sure. You guys make up your mind if you know, what you want to do, of course. But I left it on there. And here I'm kind of, you know, scrunching it a little bit to give it a little more texture, if you will, a little more character behind the... And see, there's the tag that I stamped. I didn't show you guys because I know you guys don't want to watch me stamping words or letters, right? I mean, I've showed you in other videos, and you can see everybody under the moon doing that. So, you know, and if you don't have stamps, then do a marker, right? Get yourself a fine tip Sharpie marker and do the words with markers. I used to do it with markers. Come up with creative ways of doing the letters. You can always find creative ways on YouTube, right? So that's going to be pretty much the end of it, guys. That's the box. We already did the carrots. And so now we're going to see some finishing pictures here. So I appreciate you coming by today. Thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next one. There's a grungier picture of the box, how it turned out on the side. Thank you. See you again. Bye. Remember to subscribe, share, and give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video.